Okay, let us study the conservation of mechanical energy. Good morning, boys. Today, let us study the conservation of mechanical energy for a free fall body. Consider an object, a ball of mass m, is falling to a height h. It's made to fall to a height h. We will calculate the energy during its free fall. What is its initial energy at point A? What is its energy at point B? Suppose it is here during its fall, it is somewhere here at point B. And finally, what is its energy when it just touches the ground at point C? What is its energy at point C? 3 points we are going to consider. And we are going to see that at all these 3 points during its free fall, the total energy, total mechanical energy of the freely falling body remains conserved. This is what we are going to see. Let us say that the ball is of mass m. It is of mass m. At height h from the ground. Now let us calculate what is its initial energy just before falling. Initial mechanical energy at A. Initial point A. So we will write it as EI, initial energy at A. So by definition, mechanical energy means sum of kinetic and potential energy. So sum of kinetic energy, initial energy, potential energy, UI. I for initial kinetic energy plus initial potential energy. But when it is just falling, dropped from here, initial energy velocity is 0. Initial velocity 0 means initial kinetic energy is 0, and it has potential energy which is given by mgh. Here I is equal to 0, ui is equal to mgh. Therefore, I will write ei is equal to 0 plus mgh. So it becomes mgh. We will call this equation number 1. Now, during its fall, suppose I want to calculate what is its total energy at point B. At point B, let us assume that it is at height small h. It is at height small h from the ground. This is ground. So I can calculate what is its potential energy here, mg small h, and it will be having certain velocity at this height h. So let its velocity at its height h be given by vh. Let vh be the velocity at b. Let vh be the speed or velocity at b at height small h from the ground. Small h from the ground, so that I can calculate what is its energy at B. Therefore, mechanical energy at B I can calculate. So again, E at B I will write mechanical energy at B as again kinetic energy at B plus potential energy at B. During its fall here, it is having both kinetic energy as well as potential energy, because at B it is having Vh as the velocity, so it will be having half mvh square as a kinetic energy, and potential energy will be mgh. Here Kb is equal to half mvh square, half mvh square. Ub is equal to mg into small h, mg into small h. Therefore, I will write now Eb is equal to half mvh square plus half mvh square plus mg small h. Now I have to check whether this energy at this point B is same as initial energy or not. If we establish that, then we are going to prove that the total mechanical energy is constant during the free fall motion. Let us check how to check this. Vh can be calculated. What is velocity at h? Now, if h is the height from the ground, the distance that it has covered from initial point A to B, this distance can be calculated. This distance, if we take it from the height from the ground, it will be capital H minus small h. Capital H minus small h. So I can calculate now using the third equation of motion. Here Vh square is equal to u square plus v square minus q square is equal to 2gh, 2g, and this h from here to here is capital H minus h, capital H minus h, and we know initial velocity for free fall is 0. Therefore, it becomes 0 plus 2g into h minus h. This becomes Vh square. Now let us substitute this value in this equation. Therefore, Eb becomes equal to half m into Vh square, square of this 2g into h minus h, and just substitute h minus h plus mgh. Now 2 cancels. Cancelling 2 we get mg h minus, and simplify, minus mgh plus mgh. You can see here minus mgh plus mgh cancels. Again we are going to get mgh. Thus we get Eb equal to mgh. This is equation number 2. So from 1 and 2 we can see that energy, initial energy is equal to energy at B. Thus from equation 1 and 2, Eb energy, mechanical energy at B is equal to mechanical energy at initial point. So this is to show that K plus Q is remaining constant. That is, mechanical energy is conserved. Now last point is C. What happens at C? That can also be tested. At C we can calculate what is its final velocity. At C we will be having only kinetic energy. So final energy you can rate it as EF. Therefore, final energy at C, just before touching the ground, final mechanical energy EF is equal to, in the same way you can write EF is equal to KF final kinetic energy plus UF initial final kinetic energy plus final potential energy. You see, when it touches the ground, when it is touching the ground, the height becomes 0. Therefore, potential energy becomes 0. Here, UF is equal to 0. Since H is 0, KF becomes equal to half mvf square, where let us take Vf as final velocity. So final velocity can be substituted here. Therefore, EF, my final mechanical energy EF is equal to half mvf square, half mvf square. So now if you substitute the value of Vf, let us calculate Vf and substitute here. Again using third equation. Using the third kinematic equation. V square, Vf square minus U square is equal to 2gh. The total height from the ground, when it touches the ground, is going to be capital H. Therefore, it is going to be 2gh. Since U is 0 here, therefore, Vf square becomes equal to 2gh. Vf square is equal to 2gh using the third equation. Substitute here. After substituting, therefore, we get EF is equal to half into m into 2gh. Again 2 cancels. When 2 cancels, we are getting mg capital H. Thus, EF is equal to mgh. Compare this with initial energy. Initial energy is also same. Therefore, using equation 1 and 2, we can write, therefore, EI is equal to ED is equal to EF. Thus, mechanical energy for free fall motion, for freely falling body, is conserved. This is how we establish conservation of mechanical energy. Total mechanical energy, which is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy, K plus U is always constant. This is the statement of conservation of mechanical energy. Okay. Now let us solve one problem on conservation of mechanical energy. Now we understood K plus U is always constant. Now consider one example. A bomb of mass m suspended by a light string of length L. A bomb of mass m is suspended by a light string of length L. It is imparted a horizontal velocity. It is imparted a horizontal velocity V0. Horizontal velocity V0 at the lowest point A. This lowest point is taken as A, such that it completes a semicircular trajectory. When that horizontal velocity is given, it completes a semicircular trajectory. A complete semicircular trajectory in a vertical plane. In a vertical plane, in this vertical plane, with string slackening on reaching the topmost point C. On reaching the point C, the string slackens, means there is no tension in the string here. With this condition, obtain an expression for the initial velocity V0. How much velocity is given for such a condition? Secondly, what are the values of speeds at B and C? What is the value of speed Vp and value of speed Vc when it is undergoing this kind of circular path, circular motion? And comment on the nature of the trajectory of the ball after it reaches the point C. what happens after reaching point C? Will it fall down or continues to move? This is what we are going to do it. Now, before we solve this problem, let us see the forces which are acting here. One is the weight of the ball vertically acting downwards at point A, and the tension in the string acting towards the center. Tension in the string TA acting towards the center, and the horizontal velocity V0 is given. So here, due to this length L, we will take the potential energy at this point A as 0. We will take this point A as having a 0 height. So initial potential energy at this point A, we will assume that it is 0. And remember, the potential energy that is possessed during its motion here is due to only gravitational force. Two forces are acting. One is gravitational force, weight, another one is tension in the string. So at initial point A, potential energy is 0. So when it is given a horizontal velocity, its horizontal velocity V0, then it will possess kinetic energy. So total energy at A becomes kinetic energy at A plus potential energy at A. So it becomes half mVA square. So I will write the solution. Here only two forces are active, that is gravity and tension in the string. Gravity and tension in the string. Now let us first calculate what is the total energy at A. At A, total mechanical energy EA equal to E at A equal to kinetic energy at A plus potential energy at A. So we will take this initial position as 0 height. So here UA is equal to 0. So only it will be having KA. KA is equal to half mV0 square, where V0 is the initial speed with which it is given horizontal velocity. Therefore, total mechanical energy at A becomes half mV0 square. Call this equation 1. Now from the free body diagram, if you look at this free body diagram at A, there are two forces. One is gravity, another one is tension, and it is given with horizontal velocity V0. Since it is undergoing a circular path, it is undergoing semicircular path, it must be provided with the centripetal force. So using Newton's second law at A, using Newton's second law, the net force acting at A must be providing the centripetal force. What is net force? TA minus mg. TA minus mg must be providing centripetal force. mV0 square by L, where L is the length of the bob, length of the string, which itself becomes the radius. So the radius becomes L. Therefore, it becomes mV0 square by L. TA minus mg is equal to mV0 square by L. Now next, at C what happens? When it reaches at C, the string slacks, that is given here. The string slacks on reaching point C. When the string slacks, then tension in the string TC becomes 0. On reaching highest point C, string slackens. The string slacks As a result, tension Tc at this point becomes 0. So only the force that is acting here is the weight of the ball. Weight of the ball is vertically acting downwards, mg. So that itself must be providing necessary centripetal force, because at c the speed doesn't become 0. It's given here. At c it is having some speed because of momentum. It will be continuing with some horizontal speed vc. Therefore, we can calculate what is the total energy at c. So total energy at c, therefore total mechanical energy at c now becomes EC. EC is equal to Kc plus UC. Kinetic energy at c plus potential energy at c. Kc I will write here half m Vc square, where Vc is the speed at c, plus what is potential energy at c? Potential energy is due to the weight, only the weight. Therefore, with respect to A, it is at height L plus L. With respect to A, it is at height L plus L. Therefore, it becomes mg to L. Therefore, it becomes mg into 2L. Or we can write 2mgl. So this becomes energy at C. So we can call this as equation 2. Now we can equate 1 with 2. Equating 1 with 2, what do we get? Half m v naught square is equal to half m vc square plus 2mgl. 2mgl. This is the result using the conservation of mechanical energy. Now let us calculate Vc. Vc can be calculated using the centripetal force. So centripetal force here is mvc square upon L. mvc square upon L. This mvc square upon L is provided by only force that is acting towards the center, that is weight mg. So thus we can calculate what is Vc. At C, centrifugal force mvc square upon L is provided by the weight itself, mg. Therefore, readily I can write what is the value of Vc. Therefore, mn cancels. This implies Vc square is equal to mgl. Mn cancels, so Vc square becomes equal to gl. Therefore, what is Vc? Vc, velocity at c, becomes square root of gl. So this can be substituted in equation number 2. Therefore, in equation number 2, if we substitute Vc square is equal to root gl, we get energy at c equal to half m Vc square plus 2mgl. Now substitute the value of Vc. Vc square is gl, therefore it becomes half mgl. Vc I have substituted gl plus 2mgl. So 2 plus half, 2 and half. So it becomes 5 by 2 mgl. So energy at C is 5 by 2 mgl. We can call this equation number 3 and this one equation number 4. Now if we substitute this EC equal to EA, initial energy at point A must be same as final energy at point C, must be also same as total energy at point B according to law of conservation of mechanical energy. Since mechanical energy is conserved, total energy must be always same. So equating this with equation number 1, equating equation 4 with equation 1. Equation 1 is half m naught square. So we get therefore EC equal to EA. So that is 5 by 2 mgl. Equate this with half m naught square. Half m naught square. So m cancels. M cancels, 2 cancels. Therefore v naught square is equal to 5gl. Initial speed with which it is pushed. Now we got it. 5gl under root. Therefore v naught is equal to square root of 5gl. So this is another important equation. You can call this equation number 5gl. So energy EC is same as energy at A, and it should be same as even at energy at B using law of conservation of moment, conservation of mechanical energy. Now let us look at B. At B what happens? Total energy is again equal to sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. So potential energy also has some value, kinetic energy also some value because of velocity at B. Now at B, total mechanical energy EB equal to KB plus UB. Now what is KB? KB is half m VB square. And what is UB? UB is mgl, because at B, at midpoint B, it is at height L from the initial point. Therefore the potential energy at B becomes mg into L. Therefore I have written mgl. Therefore total energy becomes EB equal to half m VB square plus mgl. Now equate this EB with the total energy at C, 5 by 2 mgl. Now using a conservation of mechanical energy, EB must be equal to EC, must be equal to EA. Using this I can write now, therefore I got already EB equal to EC. What is EC? EC is 5 by 2 mgl using equation number 4. So I can write 5 by 2 mgl. 5 by 2 mgl is equal to half m VB square plus mgl. Now we can calculate. Therefore half m VB square, kinetic energy at B, half m VB square is equal to 5 by 2 mgl minus mgl. 5 by 2 minus 1, it becomes 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 mgl. 3 by 2 mgl. You can call this equation number 6. Now I can calculate what is VB. 2 cancels. 1 by 2 cancels. M cancels. Therefore m VB square is equal to 3 mgl. This implies VB square is equal to 3gl. 3gl. This implies VB is equal to velocity at point B is equal to square root of 3gl. 3gl. This is equation number 7. Now we got what is initial velocity V naught, square root 5gl. What is velocity VB, square root 3gl. What is velocity VC, square root GL. So from this discussion, it is quite clear that as the bob moving up, as the bob moves up, its speed goes on decreasing from root 5 GL to root 3 GL at B, and from root 3 GL at B to root GL at C. But it is having some velocity at C. Therefore, what happens at C? Although the string slacks, the bob doesn't fall down. The bob continues to move with this speed, that is square root of GL. Since it is having a circular path, so it will have a tangential speed at C. It will have a tangential velocity at C, moving towards left. Therefore, it continues to move in a circular path and completes the revolution. It completes the revolution. In case if the string cuts at C, what happens? The bob doesn't fall to the ground. The bob continues to move along horizontal speed, just like a projectile motion. It continues horizontal speed and later on it falls to the ground, just like it is having a horizontal projectile motion. So this is how we comment the last point. Now one more point we are left. Calculate the ratio of the kinetic energy at B to the kinetic energy at C. What is kinetic energy at B? We got half mv square equal to 5 by 2 mgl. Half mv square equal to 3 by 2 mgl. And kinetic energy at C, we got kinetic energy at C half mgl. mvc square is equal to half mv square, half mgl. So if you take the ratio 3 gl by, you can see here, we will get 3 by 2 mgl, 3 by 2 mgl divided by half mgl. 2 cancels, then m cancels, so you are left with 3:1. Therefore, if you calculate, separately I will do it. Okay, last problem, that is third part, ratio of kinetic energy at B to kinetic energy at C. Kinetic energy at B is half m bc square and kinetic energy at B half m bb square, half m bc square, half m bc square. Yes, half m you can cancel. Just if you substitute the values of bb square, value of bb square is 3gl and the value of vc square is gl. So gl cancels. Thus you are left with